marketing is what builds your brand. And when you do marketing that builds your brand, you attract clients and you get to stop chasing leads.
I want to push back on that because you say it all the time, stop chasing leads.
Yeah.
It's in your book.
I teach people how to do inside sales more than anyone.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you say stop chasing leads. And then on the other side of the equation, the agent who's just getting into the business must chase leads, I would argue. If you're going to make it in this business and avoid the 87+% who fail by year 4, and you take what you say literally on day 1, you're going to be part of the 87%. You're not going to make it. No, hear me out for a second, because I am the biggest believer in building, and I did it from day 1 myself, building content online or wherever, right? Building this brand locally in your community, all these different things that are going to attract business. Where leads are going to be chasing you.
Correct.
But in the beginning, if you don't chase side by side with building that name recognition, unless you've got money to fund yourself, I'm just saying, hey, the person who doesn't have the money, who's got to get a paycheck in 90 days, you're going to have to do some chasing in the beginning. You're going to have to put in some sweat equity in year 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, of course. But there's a difference. Like, think about it. If you stop chasing leads, it means you were chasing them. The person you described wasn't chasing leads. That's the difference. So your team needs to stop chasing leads and start attracting clients. It insinuates that you did all the Boomtown stuff and you did all the stuff we're talking about and that you're kind of like ready to move on.
I have a database of X amount. I've built it up and I've got the foundation and I can now decide to build internally what those other companies have done for me.
Correct. And not even so much that you get rid of those things. I mean, if Tom Ferry were
you
teaching
let the
this
other
or
pillars
Ben Kennedy,
outgrow
exactly
that core business maybe.
Yeah, and then what you do is you do inbound marketing and outbound sales.
Yeah.
Now, back to your person that's new. What does the person that's new have more?
Let's say the solo agent who's new. Doesn't have a team to leverage. If you got a team to leverage.
So it's a solo agent that's new.
Brand new.
They have no business.
At a traditional, I'm going to do nothing for you shop.
Okay. And so is it fair to say they have a lot of time?
I would assume that they do.
Okay.
I would assume that, actually, you know what? I'm going to assume that they don't have a lot of time. Here's why. We know that agents get in, got a kid, have a second one on the way, have to work a part-time job at night, waiting tables because I got to pay the bills while I'm building this career. So I'll say have time to go into the business, but don't have what I had the fortune of, which is 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day, unlimited time. Don't have that. Have your traditional, call it 30 to 45 hours.
And who should that person focus on, in your opinion, when they start? Who should be the first people they tell that they're a realtor and that they should send people their way?
Well, for sure, everybody should know based off of, and this is where it's going to blend a little bit to what you're saying, just based off of everything you're putting out there in the world. But that's building the brand. Okay, that's letting everybody know that who you are. What you need to be doing in the rest of your time is finding, chasing, getting after the people that are ready to transact in the next 30 to 90.
Sure.
And that's going to be, okay, there's an old lead list of people who have raised their hand in the last 2 years. You're calling and reaching out.
Yeah.
There's an expired listing that happened yesterday. That's the warmest lead in your market.
Yeah. Listen, when I'm a first-year employee, I don't say one word. I do everything I'm asked better than anybody, and I don't even think about one thing until year 2. So that's probably why everybody likes me, and then I leave because I literally head down. They hired me.
Year 2, Chris is like, got the goods.
Year 2, it's like, okay, now I'm number 1. Let's talk. You know? Yeah. But what I want to be able to do is I don't want to be a sleazy salesperson. I don't want to chase leads. Chasing leads has a negative connotation. I'm not saying I don't want to talk to people. I'm not saying I don't want to pound the phones or knock on doors or do door duty or do open houses or do showings for a listing agent or go take the, leaves out of the gutter. I'll do all of that.
All right, so we're in
agreement. What I'm saying is if I want to convert people from the internet and social media into real business, it is not going to be sales that does that, my friend. It's going to be content marketing. So what I would do is instead of going and spamming all my friends and saying, I'm a realtor now, what is that going to do? You should go spend some of your time creating content that's great.
Absolutely.
So that you then...
So everybody knows that you're a realtor. I get that part.
So that when you do outreach, so when we were calling our leads at Curator last week, guess what we were saying? Hey, we just created an ebook. Would you like a free copy? Just checking in.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll send it over. Isn't that a good reason to call?
Absolutely.
So marketing and sales, this is the biggest challenge and problem. If you look at all the data in my book, they're not aligned.